Yo, everybody, how y'all doing? Back at it once again. It's your favorite entrepreneur, your boy, official Tyree Samuels. So today what we're going to be talking about is the similar thing that we've been actually covering all week. So if you guys haven't, definitely make sure y'all go check out my YouTube page. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, right? Because I've actually been dropping videos every single day this entire week. So today we're actually going to be still staying on the topic of Forex, but what we're actually going to be diving into is how to
What the hell was that?
how to pivot in the market, right? So that was a bad version of the robot. So we're actually going to be using an algorithm called pivots, which is going to be something that's going to give you guys visual representations of support and resistance, and it's all going to be based off of percentages. So let's see how we get started learning how to pivot in the market on today's video. See you guys on the next clip. Peace. Yo, everybody. Once again, favorite entrepreneur, your boy, official Tyree Samuels. So before y'all do anything, make sure y'all stop and go hit that subscribe button because I've actually been dropping a video every day of this week. And this is going to be the actual fourth installment. And I plan on to be able to keep going. So I want you guys to be able to get the notification as soon as the video gets dropped so that you can catch the content before anybody else. Now, without further ado, I know you guys saw the moves in the first clip, right? Right. So what we're actually going to be doing is we're going to be learning how to pivot in the market. So for those of you guys that do not know, right, we're about to go ahead and start off the same way we start off with all of these scanners. We're going to start off at the headquarters, which is im.center. So make sure you go ahead and log into im.center. The next thing you want to do, you guys should already know this by now. You're going to want to go ahead and go click on where it says go live. Okay. So whenever you click on where it says go live, this is exactly what's going to be happening. So same thing as always, you're going to get some basic tutorials that are actually going to help you guys walk through how to be able to use the platform as far as go live, which essentially is going to be your educational platform to be able to take advantage of all the education coming from all the 6- and 7-figure traders in the market. On top of that, as you guys know, we do have multiple languages internationally, 400,000 students collectively as of right now. And what I want you to do is I want you to keep scrolling. And I want you to go until you find the channel labeled pivots right here. So I'm actually going to click on the channel labeled pivots. All right. Now, when I click on that channel, this is going to be pretty straightforward because it's not too many channels that literally only have one educator. I think besides pivots, maybe levels is the only other one like that. Everybody else usually has at least like 2 to 3 educators. So you don't really even have to worry about who am I going to watch. It's one person. Okay. You're literally just got to focus on one person. So you don't have to worry about, okay, I got to watch him, her. You just watch Lee Allen. And I'll be honest with you, I've been hearing about Lee Allen for a long time, and I really want you guys to be able to get plugged in the proper way because she has been assaulting the market every single day of the week, Monday through Friday. As you see, she also does have a little bit of a tag team, and their names are going to be Tay and Nigel. So what you guys will start noticing is on some of her sessions, you'll guys see a guy named Tay. Sometimes she'll actually have extra individuals that actually come onto her session and do live trading with her. So that'll be like a treat that you guys can take advantage of. And as you see, her sessions go pretty long, 2 hours, an hour and 47, 2 hours, an hour and 30, an hour and 50, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. So whenever you get on, be prepared to stay put and be able to start making income. Okay. Now, the next thing I want you guys to obviously be able to focus on, you guys know, anytime you come to a new product, anytime you come to a new educator, what it is that you want to do, right? You want to be able to go straight to the favorite session so you can start diving directly into the information. Now, the thing that's going to be able to help you guys is, I'm going to be honest with you. This is not really one of those things I could like pick out and say, hey, look at this video. Hey, look at this video. This is going to be one of those to where you need to go watch all the videos. I'm going to be honest with you. You need to scroll down to the bottom. You need to watch Learn Strategy 2 Day 1, Learn Strategy 2 Day 2, Learn Strategy 2 Day 2, Day 3, right? So on and so forth. Now, as it says, this is a continued, okay? So you got pivot line percentage training, day 5, which goes over entry, stop loss, take profit, basic overview, how to add indicators, LAS, which is going to be one of her favorite indicators to be able to use, stop loss, institutional plus channels, so instructional plus channel. So with all this, guys, you definitely want to make sure that, you're not speeding through this. You're not binge watching it. Just because you go watch all these videos doesn't mean the information is just going to automatically click. Okay. So you want to watch the video, take your time, maybe watch a video or 2 a day so that you have the ability to rewatch it, interpret it, go to the chart, do a little bit of back testing. And then, you're going to be able to hop on her sessions literally Monday through Friday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Okay. Now, with that being said, there's one more thing I actually want to be able to show you guys. Okay. Because if you guys do not know, there's actually going to be another person that actually teaches pivots. He's just not on the channel. Specifically, I think more so because she speaks English. So he's going to be on the pivots channel in a different language, but you'll still actually be able to access him as well too. And then at that point, you guys can actually see which educator you actually prefer best. So I haven't actually looked him up in a while. So hopefully he's still here. If not, then you guys could just focus on Lee Allen, but let's see if he's still actually available. His name is Boj. I think that's how you pronounce his name. So I'm actually go to where it says pick a channel, right? Under Go Live, FRX Go Live Library. I'm going to click on that. Okay. Now, once I click on that, I'm going to wait for it to load. Then I'm going to scroll. I'm going to see if I can find him. His name is like Boj. It's like BOJ. Not sure if he's still here, but we definitely are going to find out. So it does look like they've actually removed him from this list. So I'm pretty sure he's probably just doing specifically the channel for his native language. Let me see. Let me try to. Yeah. Okay. So he is officially taken off. All right, cool. So with that being said, like I said, I haven't checked him out in a little bit. So you guys, all you have to do is just pay attention to Leanne. Okay. So get on Leanne Monday through Friday, go through her favorite sessions, take your time, don't binge watch. And I'm telling you, it is going to eventually stick just like everything else, but you do need to take the time, have the patience, and most importantly, apply the discipline. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go back to IM.Center. Now we're actually going to go live. Okay. Now, I'm so sorry. Now we're actually going to go to strategies. Okay. So we're actually going to click on the tab that says strategies right here, directly underneath Go Live. And now we're actually about to go locate the pivot strategy so we can actually see what it looks like and then go on about, taking on the information so we can start applying it. Now, like anything else from the top, you guys want to be able to scroll down. You want to be able to stay in the FRX Academy because we're still currently talking about Forex. We will eventually dive into the HFX, the DCX, and ECX eventually in time on the channel. But as of right now, focusing on Forex. So I pretty much covered almost all of these, but we still have a few more to go. So we're currently talking about pivots today. So that's what we're going to actually put our focus in on. Now, if you guys want to be able to actually check out any of these other scanners, definitely make sure that you guys look on my channel and I'll be labeled. So with pivots, right? Pivots is actually going to be a strategy that identifies pivot levels in the market, right? The style is going to be scalping, right? It's going to be scalping. It's also going to be intraday. It's also going to be swing trading. I'm not sure why I just said scalping, but it's going to be the whole collective. Okay. The market is going to be for indices, foreign currencies, commodities, as well as cryptocurrencies. Okay. Now, what I want you guys to really be able to focus on is after I click this, okay, it's going to get really colorful. Okay. It's going to get really, really colorful. It's going to look like a rainbow to a certain extent. Okay. Now, what you guys see is personally, what I want to actually do is I'm actually get rid of all these indicators because I want you guys to just see the naked pivots chart. All right. Now, whenever you guys are actually looking at this chart, the thing that you really want to be able to focus on is going to be, do you see all of these different pivot levels? So let's talk about this real quick, right? So it doesn't actually matter what currency pair we're on right now for this example. It doesn't matter what time frame. We just want to start understanding and noticing the pivot level. So what I want you guys to start looking at is, if you guys see this little box that I'm drawing right here, I want you guys to notice the pivot levels that are going to be within this box, okay? It's going to be the -1, 2, and -3. The -1 is purple, the -2 is blue, the -3 is red. Okay, you can also see the parameters of this line over to the right. It says 76.758, 76.953, 77.148. So those are going to be the exact parameters of the areas in the market that those places are going to be put pertaining to a pivot level. So what is a pivot level? A pivot level more so is going to be an area where you figured the market is going to pivot. So if the market is going to pivot at an area, it's probably going to represent a support and resistance. Okay. It's the only thing it can really be if it's going to pivot from that area. So I want you to notice how the market came up, it dropped back down. It came to this zone that I drew between the -1 and -3, and it actually pivoted, like how the name says, off of it, and then continued to trend higher. Now, you're looking at all these lines and you really need to understand which lines are going to be more important than others, because all of these lines are not valid. Okay. You're not just randomly taking a trade every time it hits a line. That's not how this works. Okay. So like any other strategy, as I said, definitely make sure you go live, check out Lee Allen's favorite sessions, study, put in the work. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a couple gems. Okay. So the gems that I want to be able to give you guys in this is some of the things that you can really hone in on whenever you're trading a pivot scanner. It doesn't matter the time frame. Now, whenever I say it doesn't matter the time frame, keep in mind, if you're looking at a 5-minute chart, but the 4-hour chart is a completely different trend, then yeah, that's going to make a difference. So obviously, you know, higher time frame, the lower time frame for the entry. But anytime you see this -1 through 3 and a +1 through 3, these are going to be the extreme support and resistance levels. So basically what you can start looking at is, okay, if I ever see the market get to the -1 through 3 area, I could possibly be looking for the market to start showing me a pivoted move to start going back up, because this is going to act as an extreme support. Okay. Now, if I ever get the market to come up here and hit the +1 through 3, I would like to see the market pivot and go lower, because this is going to act as an extreme resistance. Now, the video that's actually going to help you guys actually understand this a little bit more, I'm gonna actually go back to Lee Allen real quick, because there is a specific video I do want to be able to point out to show you guys. So if you guys look really closely, I'm about to go to Lee Allen's favorite sessions, right? And I'm actually going to go and I'm going to select a specific video I want you guys to be able to watch, which is going to be labeled pivot line percentage. Okay. Pivot line percentage training, AKA learn strategy 2 day 4. Okay. Now with the pivot line, each one of these is going to have a percentage of it rejecting and things like that. So you guys want to be able to actually know the percentage. So the percentages on the +1 through 3 and the -1 through 3 are going to be way higher than any of these other lines. Okay. So that's really going to be like the main thing I really wanted to be able to show you guys as far as the pivot scanner. So just know, I'm gonna go click on like another random example. I'll go to like the 1 hour. And now what you guys are going to see is it's going to be about the same thing. So let me get rid of all these indicators, right? It's going to be the same thing. So this is, let's see if we can get a different pair. All right. So same thing. I want you guys to notice, right? If you guys notice, look at what the market is doing every time it gets in this zone. So I want you guys to really see this. Okay. So let me draw the box one more time. So remember where the zone is, right? The extreme zone is going to be that -1 through 3 that we're looking for buying opportunities. If you guys look really closely, don't really have to look that closely. You can see, let me make that. All right. You can see that these areas where the market came back and touched, it actually pivoted, rejected, and continued to go higher. Let me see if I can find a selling example. Let's see if we can find a selling example. All right, cool. So this is going to be an example of a selling example. So notice, guys, right? The market ended up dropping, right? So as you guys can see, the market actually ended up dropping here. Excuse me, guys. So the market actually ended up dropping. It does look like it's in a downtrend. So this would be considered a retracement for the continuation. And then what did it do one more time? It also retraced one more time, tagged it, and then ended up dropping again. So as you guys can see, right, the market is showing a willingness to give a very strong pivot whenever it gets to these specific levels. So remember, the +1 through 3 and the -1 through 3 are going to be extreme pivot levels. Now, those are going to be the most important levels. Everything else, I definitely expect you guys to be able to go dive into the information so that you know exactly how to be able to use this effectively. Now, last thing I want to be able to talk about is whenever you look at pivots, okay, it's going to be different markets that you guys can trade in. So FX is going to represent Forex. So these are going to be all the different foreign exchange currencies you guys are actually able to trade. If you click on this, this is going to represent commodities. So it's going to represent gold and silver specifically. So you got gold and you got silver. This is going to represent commodities, UK oil, US oil. This is going to represent cryptos. As you guys can see, all these cryptos, right? And this specifically is going to represent indices, indexes, or stocks. Okay. So that's how you know all the different markets. It is also right here: Forex, metals, oils, digital currencies, indices, master trades. Okay. So if I actually click on where it says master trades, I want to be able to show you guys real quick. So if I click on where it says master trades, as you guys can see, it's basically going to give you a blank chart that doesn't essentially have any pivot levels. So this is something that you guys definitely need to make sure that you're paying attention to, because the reason why it doesn't have pivot levels is because Lee Allen is actually going to be calling out trade ideas here. So you actually see that it shows TP2 is hit for 31 pips on this trade idea for GBP JPY. So what you guys want to be able to make sure that you're doing is you guys really want to be able to make sure you're paying attention to this. So as I'm showing you guys, you can clearly see she actually gives trade ideas that are sent to this chat. Okay. So definitely make sure you guys tap in so you guys know, where you can get the alerts from to be able to take these trades as they happen, because as you see, she's sending out a lot of them and they're definitely smacking TP. In addition to that, there is also a training on the Pivots Academy. You guys can check this out if you want to. It is going to be a YouTube video that is going to be similar to the videos that you will technically see in the Go Live Academy. And then finally, under where it says strategy, I want you guys to notice there are going to be there's technically 4 different strategies. Okay, there's strategy 1. All right. Let me go back to regular Forex. So as you guys see, got to make sure I got off a master trade. So as you guys see, we got strategy 1, right? I'm going to click on strategy 2. Okay. Over here, this is where you guys are looking at. So if I click on it, this is not changing, but this is changing. So over here, look at this panel. Look at what happens to this panel when I change the strategy number 2. Okay. So I'm clicking on it. And now this is a tool that's actually going to be able to help people a little bit more. So me personally, I just like to take off these EMAs. I'm not a gigantic fan of it. Y'all can keep them on if you want to, but this is basically going to tell you exactly what to do whenever the market gets to these lines. So you don't have to think about it. The market is telling you, hey, if you're up here and you're dropping, you can be buying off of these different lines. Okay. Your entry price, look, it even tells you where to enter. It even tells you where to take profit. Look at this, right? Your take profit, your stop loss. Okay. This is where you're going to buy it from. Look at this AUD CAD, right? You could have put a buy stop here. This is your take profit. This could have been a sell stop. Okay. You're on NZD. Last example. So notice, right? Your stop loss down here, your entry right here for a buy, your take profit up here. Now, guys, be aware. It doesn't mean just randomly come to this and just start taking it because it's telling you to do it. Still tap into the education so you guys know which ones are good and which ones are bad. Okay. What's the next one we're going to click on? This is actually going to be called LAS. Okay. Now, LAS is still going to have the pivot levels, but as you guys see, you have 3 additional indicators down here that you did not have on the other strategy. You want to know where you're going to learn how to use this? Leanne's favorite sessions. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and cap it off with the final one. This is going to be the LAS scalper. So for anybody that likes to scalp, this is going to be your strategy. And as you see, we still have these 3 indicators at the bottom. They look similar, but they are different. And this is what you guys are going to actually be utilizing in the market so that you guys can be able to take advantage of consistently profitable trades. Now, with that being said, what I want you guys to be able to do real quick is if you guys came to this video, you enjoyed the video, you liked the video, what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Okay. Now, the next thing I really want you guys to be able to do is I want you guys to be able to go tap in, right, and follow your boy on Instagram, official Tyree Samuels. I want you to go like, I want you to go comment, I want you to go share. And I already told you and asked you, okay, to please go subscribe because we're going to be dropping information damn near every day, specifically every single week. So we can get you guys right because I want everybody to be able to get wealthy at the same time. I don't want to be the only one at the top. I want to be able to bring you guys up there with me. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'm going to see you guys at the top, not from the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to drop another video. Y'all enjoy this one. Give me some feedback in the comment section. Peace.